Hey everyone, so today's video is another declutter. I've really enjoyed going through my collection and kind of getting rid of things that I no longer use and no longer serve a purpose in my collection. So today I am going through a little bit of everything. I go through my single shadows, liners, face palettes, also some of my foundations, and a couple other things I think are thrown in there too. So this is the rest of my makeup collection. So for this year, I guess, I'm done with decluttering my makeup, and I'm excited at the end of the year to do my makeup inventory to see how categories have changed. But I really hope you enjoy this video. Let's just go ahead and get into it. So here are all of my single shadows, pigments, liquid shadows, and then there's some eyeliners back here. So I'm just gonna first start with my mostly ColourPop Super Shock shadows. I know there are a few of these I want to declutter. Most of them I am gonna keep, but these four I'm keeping. And I'm not gonna go through every shade just because we would be here forever. I'm also gonna keep all of these. And this one is actually from Ace Beauté that came in a BoxyCharm, and I do have a few single shadows in my bathroom where I do my makeup, things that are in like project pans and stuff. So obviously I'm going to be keeping those products. So those products are not in here, but I'm not going to be decluttering any of those. So I'm also going to be keeping all of these. And I think, yeah, this one I'm going to declutter just because it's a pink shade. It's in the shade EXO, and I just would never use this. It's like a pinkish purple shade. So I'm just going to declutter this, and I think that's it for my Super Shock shadows. Actually, I'm also going to declutter this one in the shade So Quiche. It's just a deep shade with some like purple pinkish flip to it. So I'm also going to declutter this just because I never wear it. And the shade Millionaire, I think I'm actually going to keep. It has a deep base to it, but then it's pretty much just glitter. So I feel like that's a little bit more unique, and I am going to keep that one. And then I have this Kaja Trio, and I do have another one of these. This is in the shade Rosewater, but the other one is in my bathroom because it's currently in a project. So I have these three Makeup Geek glitters, which I'm going to keep. And then I have this Makeup Geek loose pigment. That's just like a champagne shade. And I am going to get rid of this just because I feel like I have a bunch of pressed eyeshadows that are this shade. And I tend not to reach for my pigments just because they're a little bit messy. And this is not a unique shade at all. So I am going to declutter this one. Then I have the ColourPop. These are mostly the Kathleen Lights pigments. And I don't think these are still available. I am going to keep all the Kathleen Lights ones. I am going to get rid of this one in the shade Elysian just because it's a bronzy shade, and I feel like I have pressed eyeshadows like this that I'm a lot more likely to use. So I am going to declutter this. So I am going to keep all of these. I'm just going to move this out of the way so that you guys can see into this drawer a little bit better. So these are all of my liquid shadows, and so as you can see I have some Stila, e.l.f., ColourPop, Cover FX, Essence, Ciate London, and Appeal, and I don't really want to declutter any of these. Actually, this shade from ColourPop, this is the shade UFO. I don't even think ColourPop sells these anymore. I am going to declutter this just because it's like a reddy coppery color, and I feel like I would just never wear that. But this color from ColourPop is really pretty. It's in the shade Constellation, and this was a collaboration with Kathleen Lights, and I do really love this. It's a pretty everyday color. And then the rest of these I think I'm going to keep just because they're pretty nude shades and I want to get a lot more use out of them. Back here I have a few more pressed glitters and things. So this is from Stila, and it's in the shade Metallic Dusty Rose. It's one of their Magnificent Metal Eyes, and these are super old. I don't know if they still sell these, but I am going to declutter it just because I never wear it, and I don't know, it's kind of a weird formula. I think you're actually supposed to mix this with a liquid. So I am going to declutter this just because I never reach for it, and it's a little bit finicky to work with. And then here I just have my Natasha Denona and a ColourPop glitter, but I am obviously going to keep the Natasha Denona one because I paid for this and these are not cheap. So I am going to keep this and just move it to this little organizer. So now we have mostly eyeliners in here. I am going to be decluttering these. All these gel eyeliners are dried out, so I'm going to be decluttering all of these. And this is a brow pomade that I'm actually going to keep because I do want to start using brow pomade and kind of experiment with this a little bit. So I am going to be keeping this. And then in here we just have a ton of eyeliners. So this white one from ColourPop I'm not going to keep. I don't use white eyeliner. I rarely use eyeliner in general. So I'm going to declutter the white one. And I also want to declutter the nude one just because I never use it. I feel like it's nude. It doesn't really do much. So I'm also going to get rid of that. And then I have a couple liquid liners here. 2 from Stila and then this one from Hank and Henry. I'm going to keep the Stila ones, but I'm going to get rid of the Hank and Henry one just because I don't need 2 black liquid liners. I rarely use eyeliner. So I'm going to get rid of this one because the Stila ones are more black and pigmented and I just like them better. And then I have a black pencil liner, a lavender one, and these ones are from ColourPop. So I'm also going to keep, I have like a deep purple one and a deep brown, and these are kind of the colorful liners I gravitate towards the most. And then I have these 2 from Coastal Scents in a blue shade and a green shade, and I am going to get rid of both of these just because I feel like I'm never going to reach for them. And then I have this like forest green Appeal eyeliner, and I actually really love this. It's like a deep green, so it looks almost black, but I actually really enjoy this formula as well. And then lastly in here I have some e.l.f. liquid liners, and these are like glitter liners, so I do like having these if I want a pop of glitter. And then I have a liquid brown eyeliner, so I am going to keep all of these. And it seems like a lot of eyeliner for someone that doesn't even wear eyeliner, but I'm going to keep these for now just because I have a variety of colors here, and I'm going to see how much use I really get out of all these, and then I might end up decluttering a few more in the future. But I do want to move some of these to like my everyday drawers so I remember to use them and actually get some use out of them. So this doesn't really fit in here perfectly anymore, but now we do have more room to move some more stuff in if we want to. So this looks a little bit more empty now, so I'm very happy with this. I know I got rid of more than I thought I was going to, but I'm pretty happy with this amount of stuff. I mean, my liquid shadows, I don't use too much, so I might end up decluttering more of these in the future, but that's all I'm willing to part with for now. So on to the next drawer. So these are all of my eyelashes, and for someone who never wears eyelashes, this is a lot, but I really didn't buy, okay, I did buy some of these, but a lot of them came in a BoxyCharm. So I have my 2 lash glues with some little like tweezer things, and these lashes from e.l.f. look, I just don't like the look of them. These ones look really fake and like plasticky. And these are just a lot bigger than I like them to be. Actually, I kind of want to keep these now. Okay, I'm definitely going to get rid of these. But also, I tried these individual lashes, and these are the hardest things to apply. So if anyone has any tips for individual lashes, let me know. But these are from Catrice. These are a strip lash, and I do really like these. They're pretty natural. So I am going to keep those, and yeah, I think I'm going to keep the rest of these just because I feel like I'm going to get rid of these. So these 2 e.l.f. lashes I'm getting rid of, and then I'm going to keep all of the rest of them. I do have a bunch back here that you can't see, but yeah, I am going to keep the rest of these. So I want to start wearing lashes. I feel like they're just so much work to put on. But for now, I'm just going to leave that how it is, and this is pretty much empty. I don't have anything else really to put in here. Then this drawer is my kind of backup products. Also, ignore that stain on the rug. I did spill makeup. But so this is my backup drawer. So there used to be a lot more products in here, but I've been panning products and going through things. So these are really just backup mascaras, which I like to keep at least one just in case I run out of a mascara. And then I also have all of my face masks in this drawer as well. And then these are some like lip scrub things and a sharpener. And then this actually goes with the single Stila shadow. So this is kind of like the set it came with. I think you're supposed to mix this liquid with it. So I am gonna declutter all of this. So these are all of my face palettes, and I'm only gonna get rid of a few of these. First of all, this Morphe 9N blush palette, I believe this is still available. I just never reach for big face palettes like this, especially because I can't use all of these shades on my face. So I am gonna get rid of this, and I don't support Morphe anymore. So not that I really ever did, but I am gonna declutter this. And then these two palettes from BH Cosmetics. Again, this is a bigger blush palette, so I just don't really reach into here just because, I don't know, I'm more likely to reach for a single blush. So I am also going to get rid of this. I did get a little bit of use out of it, but I haven't used this in a really long time. And then I'm also going to declutter this BH Studio Pro face palette. This is the Shade and Define palette, and as you can see, it has a bunch of bronzers and then like setting powders and brighteners. So I think this would be really good if you're like a makeup artist doing makeup on like clients and stuff, because you have pretty much every color you need in here. But I just never reach for this, so I am gonna get rid of it. Now, some of these, so these ones are ColourPop single blushes, bronzers, and highlighters. So I am gonna keep both of those. And I am tempted to get rid of this Benefit Cheekathon palette just because Benefit is not cruelty free. And I also have so many cheek products and face palettes that I never reach for this anymore. So I did really enjoy it when I first got it, and I like this Hoola shade, and I actually also like this brush that it comes with. As you can see, I have used it with the Hoola shade, but I think I'm just going to declutter this. Someone else can get a lot more use out of it than I will. And then this Tarte face palette, which I believe is the Life of the Party palette, and it's just super bulky, but I don't have any Tarte cheek products besides this palette, so I do really want to keep this. The packaging is just kind of annoying. I wish I could just take these out and like put them into a single palette, but I feel like I could depot them, but I don't want to risk breaking them, so I am going to keep this. Let me know if you've depotted this or if you've seen anyone depot this and how it went, because I would be interested in doing that. I just don't want to break these products. And then here I have the Becca Jaclyn Hill face palette, which I'm definitely going to keep even though it's not available anymore. I do really love these highlighters. This one actually shattered and I had to repress it, but it is one of my favorites, and this is probably one of my favorites, if not my favorite face palette, just because I love both of these highlighters, and these blushes are also beautiful as well. Then I have this NARS cheek palette. I think this is the Exposed, yes. And I did get this off of Poshmark. I don't like this highlighter. It's a little bit too glittery for me. I don't like glitter at all in my highlighters, so I do not use this shade in here, but the other blushes in here are really pretty and luminous, so I do really like these blushes, but I'm tempted to get rid of this. First of all, NARS is not cruelty free, and also I only use 5 out of the 6 shades in here. But I am going to keep this for now just because I paid for it and I want to get more use out of it. And then we have one of my favorite face palettes here is the Becca, Chloe, and Malika collab, and this is the it's like a baked face palette, which I really love because all of these shades in here work really well for my skin tone, and I even love the highlighter. I love all of these shades, the bronzer and also the 2 blushes, so definitely going to be keeping this. Then I have a couple of highlighting palettes. So I have the Makeup Revolution Soph X highlighting palette, and then I have this Milani highlighting palette, which I want to get a lot more use out of. But this NYX Strobe of Genius palette used to be really popular. I'm sure you've all seen this before. But I am going to declutter this just because I feel like it is pretty similar to the Soph X palette, and I feel like I'm just never going to use this. This like yellow and purple shade, I feel like I wouldn't get use out of really at all. So I am going to declutter this. And yeah, I think that's it for this drawer. So let me just make it look a little bit more pretty. Wow, this drawer is super empty now. So I definitely have a lot of space for more products, but I'm not going to be buying any more products anytime soon. So I'm really happy with how much I ended up decluttering. So I also just quickly want to go through this drawer. This is my primers, powders, foundations, and my concealers back here, which I don't have many concealers. I'm definitely not decluttering any of these. I do have 2 in my bathroom right now, so these aren't all of them. And then also primers. I don't have too many primers, so I'm also not gonna declutter any of these for now. And powders, again, is something I don't want to declutter. I want to end up panning these eventually. So the main thing is my foundations over here. So most of these I am gonna keep. I have BH Cosmetics, Milani, and these Flower Beauty foundations. This one is pretty old, and I don't think this is even still available, but this is the Light Illusion foundation that a lot of people really love, but I don't really like it. But I am going to keep it and try it out a few more times. But I think I am just going to go ahead and get rid of this one because it's the older version, and I don't even think it's available anymore. I think it's been discontinued, so I am going to get rid of that. And then, of course, I'm going to keep my ColourPop Pretty Fresh Tinted Moisturizer. I have the Wet n Wild foundation and Catrice here, which is one of my favorites, so I'm going to keep all of those. But I am going to get rid of this CoverGirl Clean Fresh Skin Milk. This I did get on Poshmark, so I don't know if that is the reason the person was selling it, but this is like pilly when it comes out on your hand. So these like little chunks of, I don't know, something come out on your hand. You probably definitely can't see it, but it has these little chunks of something, and it's like pilly and gross. I did really like this formula of this if I just ignored those little pilly beads, but yeah, I can't use this with that weird like texture in it. I don't even know what it is, so I'm just gonna be decluttering this. And that's pretty much it for this drawer. It was just a couple foundations that I wanted to go through with you guys. So that's it for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. And also I do want to do a declutter where I go through all of my single shadows, like my magnetic single shadows that I have in palettes. So let me know if you guys would want to see that, me kind of decluttering and reorganizing my magnetic single shadows. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And I do post new videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So if you want to see more from me, make sure to subscribe and don't forget to hit that bell icon to get notified every time I post. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.